Too good a deal to pass up?
Or a waste of money at a time when there's not enough money to go around? Key questions about a $7 million purchase that 4 politicians made with taxpayer money. They spent it. You would think that they can surely explain it, but you would be wrong. Here's News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker.
Okay, can I have a motion to come out of executive session?
This may seem like just a routine meeting of the Santa Fe County Commission, but pay close attention because every minute of this discussion will cost taxpayers $250,000. It lasted 28 minutes.
So with that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
When it was over, $7 million later, Santa Fe County handed taxpayers a big fat surprise.
At the time of the purchase, did you know what it would be used for?
When you say we did not know exactly what it would be used for.
Yes, it would have been great if we had had a written proposal or business plan, but we did not.
In hindsight, would you have preferred to have a plan for what you intended to use it for before you bought it?
In hindsight, yes.
Welcome to Santa Fe County's newest acquisition, the Santa Fe Canyon Ranch. Commissioners bought the property from real estate mogul Rick Borrego. Borrego had plans to build a big subdivision here, but local residents fought him for years. They wanted to keep the rugged landscape free from development. Commissioners blocked Borrego's plans by refusing to extend county water lines to his property. It looked like the planned community was a bust. But last year, commissioners made a surprise announcement. They decided to buy the ranch and take it off the developer's hands for a cool $7 million.
We felt it was important for us to get it out of the developer's hands and into the public's hands.
At the time, it was a great opportunity.
So what did the county get for its money? 470 rolling acres of pinon and juniper at the western edge of the county line. It's an area of historical and cultural importance. But the county didn't just buy pristine wilderness. No, there was something more, something grander. This secluded mansion and ranch compound. Once home to a famous Hollywood movie star, it only set back taxpayers an extra $2 million. There's the 7,800 square foot main house, complete with attached guest quarters, a foreman's residence, backyard swimming pool, tennis courts, manicured landscaping, a pond, barn, and corrals. So why buy a rambling, rundown ranch retreat in the pines along with a few hundred acres of rolling vistas? That's the $7 million question.
What the heck are you going to do with that?
Well, we are going to have to work out a plan to figure out what we're going to do with it.
How does the public benefit by the purchase of those ranch buildings to the estate?
Well, exactly how they benefit is yet to be determined.
A public benefit is not the only unknown. This 40-year-old estate used to be a private home. This place will require extensive renovations before the public would be allowed to use these facilities.
But you don't know what you use it for?
No, not yet.
In fact, our investigation found the county plopped down millions of dollars for a purchase that had no plan, no feasibility study, no budget, no stated purpose, not even a one-page memo, just an appraisal. The only public notice or debate on the land deal came at this county commission meeting last September. Commissioners approved the multi-million-dollar purchase after less than a half-hour discussion. The details were worked out quietly, well in advance. But don't look for any documentation. There isn't any. Jeff Condrey ran New Mexico's local government division during the Johnson administration.
I think in a case where you're dealing with public dollars, you have an obligation to plan well in advance and notify the public of why the property's needed, what it's going to be used for.
Bottom line, why did you vote to approve the purchase?
To conserve the artifacts, the petroglyphs, the water, the natural resource that it is for Santa Fe County.
So just what will the county do with its newly acquired ranch? Ideas are all over the map.
Well, I would like to see clustered housing. I would like to see an emphasis on affordable housing.
Maybe a farm, agricultural farm for the community.
In my mind, the primary purpose was going to be a large chunk of land was going to go to preservation and conservation.
There's talk about open space, a senior center, even sustainable agriculture. But are any of these ideas really feasible? No one knows.
The county purchased the 400-plus acres back in September. Today, what are you going to use that property for?
Today, what do we use it for? Nothing today.
Like other governments across the state, Santa Fe County is struggling in a tough economy. County corrections is in trouble, so are county health programs, and even fire protection will need to cut back. $7 million would come in mighty handy right about now.
Would you have preferred to have a business plan before you spent $7 million of the public's money?
In hindsight, Larry, yes. But at the moment, I was swept up with the excitement of the purchase, just like the other people sitting at the table. So if you want to say we were pretty short-sighted in what we did, we were.
The only commissioner not to vote for the multi-million-dollar deal was Virginia Vigil. She abstained, saying the land deal seemed incomplete and too vague. Commission Chair Harry Montoya told us on the phone the purchase was made before tough economic times. However, the chairman refused an on-camera interview. He says he's too busy running for land commissioner.
Today, do you know what you're going to use the property for?
We're working with the community of La Cienega to determine that.
You don't know?
No.
Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.
Well, how does Santa Fe County pay for that ranch property? It took the money from its cash reserves. A caretaker, incidentally, is being paid $1,600 a month to look after the empty ranch buildings.
By the way,